For the first time in years, a dramatic royal showdown may be quietly unfolding behind palace walls. Reports suggest that the Duchess of Sussex had been preparing for a return to Britain, a visit that could have included her children But according to royal insiders, that plan has now slammed into an unexpected wall. And that wall appears to be the potential trip was reportedly tied to events connected with the international sporting competition founded by for wounded service members. The next games will be hosted in 2027, and as tradition goes, promotional visits often begin well in advance. That meant Harry was widely expected to travel to the UK this year to help promote the upcoming event. And Meghan, she was rumored to be planning to join him. But that's where the story gets complicated. If Meghan had stepped back onto British soil, it would have been her first visit since 2022, when she attended the funeral of. That trip was tense, emotional, and highly scrutinized. Many royal commentators believe public sentiment toward the Sussexes has not softened since then. In fact, some believe it has become even more complicated after years of interviews, documentaries, and Harry's memoir criticizing the monarchy. So any return would have instantly become one of the biggest royal stories in the world. Especially if the couple brought their children. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet have rarely appeared in public, and a UK visit involving them would attract massive international media attention. And that may be exactly the problem. One of the biggest obstacles surrounding any Sussex visit to Britain is security. Since stepping down as working royals in 2020, Harry and Meghan no longer automatically receive the same taxpayer-funded protection they once had. Security arrangements are reviewed by a government committee in the UK, and Harry has been fighting a legal battle for years to restore official protection for his family while in the country. Critics say the Sussex camp is using the issue to create pressure. Supporters say Harry is simply trying to keep his family safe. Either way, the debate has become a major barrier to any future visit. But security may not be the only issue. Several commentators now claim King Charles is reluctant to allow any high-profile return that could turn into a global media spectacle. The concern that a carefully staged reunion could shift the spotlight back onto the Sussex drama, just as the monarchy is trying to move forward. There were even suggestions that Harry hoped his father might participate in the opening ceremony of the 2027 Invictus Games, a moment that could symbolize reconciliation. Imagine the scene: father and son standing side by side, cameras flashing, a symbolic healing of the royal rift. It would have been headline gold. But palace insiders suggest the king is not eager to participate in anything that looks like a public relations reset. After years of tension, the relationship between Charles and Harry remains fragile. Another factor quietly influencing the situation is public reaction. When Harry and Meghan last appeared in the UK together, they faced mixed responses from crowds. Some supporters cheered them. Others were far less welcoming. Royal commentators say Meghan may be cautious about returning to an environment where public opinion remains unpredictable. A negative reception would instantly spread across global media, something that could damage the Sussex brand even further. At this stage, nothing is officially confirmed. Organizers of the Invictus Games have said invitations for the 2027 event have not yet been sent out, and attendance decisions will be made later. In other words, there is still plenty of time for plans to change. But one thing is clear: any Sussex appearance in Britain will be carefully controlled. And ultimately, the final say may lie with the palace. Behind all the headlines, this situation highlights a deeper issue within the royal family. Harry has often spoken about wanting reconciliation with his father. At the same time, his interviews, documentaries, and memoir have publicly criticized the institution Charles now leads. That creates a complicated dynamic. Because repairing a family relationship privately is one thing, doing it under the glare of global cameras, is another entirely. For now, the possibility of Meghan returning to Britain with Archie and Lilibet remains uncertain. But if the palace truly has blocked the plan, it sends a clear message. The royal family may not be ready to reopen that chapter just yet. And until that changes, the Sussex comeback to the UK could remain exactly that, a plan that never left the drawing board.